explore through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today I was feeling kind of nostalgic and I just thought about, old Halloween, the events and activities and everything that we had. So I watched quite a few videos and I thought that why don't I take you down the memory lane with me. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot, and now let's get into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna check some videos and obviously show you the videos, but while doing that I'm also gonna check your Wikipedia's Halloween page. I did start recording this video before, but I was so lost on some of the activities because I started playing in early March 2015, but I wasn't a star rider for the longest time, so a lot of activities I couldn't really do. Even though I remembered them, I didn't remember it in detail, or I guess I didn't know the detail. I'm just gonna do both, I guess. So the description of Halloween in Star Stable is: Halloween is a holiday that is celebrated on Jorvik during 2 weeks in October. During Halloween, special Halloween stores selling themed gear, clothes, and masks, and time-limited Halloween activities are available to the player. Additionally, Jorvik is decorated with spooky decorations. The first Halloween was celebrated in Star Stable Online in 2012. Player helped the ghosts of Mr. and Mrs. Hill reunite by their grave near Apple Grove, and got a saddle as a thank you. The quests were not removed after the event and can still be played when the player hits a certain level. Okay, first of all, I had no idea that this was a Halloween thing. I remember doing this quest such a long time ago, but again, it's interesting to find out that it was actually a Halloween quest at first. During Halloween 2013, several new activities were added. The Ghost Hunt, where the player searched for 21 ghosts around Jorvik and helped them to get home, and got a reward for each ghost helped. A pumpkin hunt in the basement of the Silverglade Castle, hosted by Eve, and finally apple bopping. Buckets of apples could be found in several locations around Jorvik, and the player could get one reward a day from each of them. All of the activities were time limited and were removed once the event was over. I don't actually think I was ever able to participate in the ghost hunt, but I saw videos and I don't know, it just seemed so fun. And as much as I like SSO adding a completely new area for a special event, the Galloper's Keep and the Winter Village, I feel like it kind of takes away from the feeling of that holiday or whatever, because if Jorvik for the most part looks completely normal, it doesn't, I don't know, I just don't get completely into it. So for example, now, yes, you can do the pumpkin hunt and you can find soul shards in the tornadoes outside of the Galloper's Keep, but I don't know, it's just not, that immersive, I guess. I loved watching videos of the ghosts. I think they were very cute. It just seemed like a very fun activity, especially, oh my gosh, I forgot which video I watched. So I've seen a few videos from different people talking about how they don't like this year's Halloween event in particular, and I was kind of confused because I was like, okay, I mean, I don't really get it, because the thing is I haven't played as much as I did in the past week in probably 1 year combined. So to me, there were a lot of things to do, there were ingredients and, the special races and whatnot. But for people that do at least somewhat actively play and have actively played last year, I can see how it is very annoying, because even looking at things now, some of the things from for example 2013 are still the same. And I don't remember whose video it was, but they said that one of the most annoying things about this year's Halloween event, and I guess the modern Halloween events, is that you can't really do it with friends. I mean, You can do the activities that are outside of Galloper's Keep with friends, but you can't go on the haunted trail ride with friends. You can't really do races with friends. Like, a lot of things you have to do alone, which is very annoying. I don't really have friends in SSO anymore, but I remember when I just started and the first few years, like, I remember if I was online, I was in a call or with someone, or I was just talking with a bunch of people. And I do think that this is a big problem that Star Stable just doesn't care about or doesn't like see, I guess. And for example, things like trying to find the ghosts, you could do with your friends, with your club, or just random people that you found. So I do think that they should, you know, try to work on this, especially things like the haunted trail ride. Why can't you do it with friends? I think it could be such a cool thing to go there with a couple of people and just explore, find items, you know. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been talking for such a long time and I'm literally on the second Halloween. Okay, so there were basically 3 events during this Halloween. So there were ghosts, there was the pumpkin hunt, and there was apple bopping. The pumpkin hunt is actually the Pac-Man. I think it's called Dungeons and Pumpkins now in SSO, but the event was basically the same. I don't really know what to say about it. You were without your horse, there were some ghosts, and you had to get all 80 pumpkins and then you could get out. So that is the same from 2013. I'm sure there were some tweaks. I mean, of course there were. And another thing, oh my gosh, I don't know why, oh my gosh, I wanted to make a separate video about, you know, the things that I do find kind of annoying, or I guess the things that I don't like about the new Halloweens, but I guess I'm gonna talk about it in this video too. But it's kind of the same as what I was saying before. I really liked how some events were like, oh, in the Silverglade Castle, and that was there, and that was, and now it's all just in one place, which does have its pros, but it also has a lot of cons. And I think one of the biggest problems for me is that everything is in Galloper's Keep and you have to be there and you have to, you know, do all of those things there. And outside of it, there's basically nothing telling you that it's Halloween right now, aside from like the portals and the occasional tornado. Like yesterday when I was waiting for Galloper Thompson with a new like quest, I had nothing to do for 30 minutes and I was just so bored. And I feel like when they add these new areas, they should just leave the things that we already have, you know, the established events as they are, and they should add new ones in the new location. But of course they're not gonna do that. The last event of 2013, which is apple bopping, I don't remember at all. I don't even remember seeing videos of it, and that's kind of why I was confused. And I searched it up. There were just some buckets full of water and apples, and you basically had to get apples. I think it would take a few tries and you would either get a piece of clothing, tack, or some food. During Halloween 2015, the player could do a special quest with Rob and Bob to gain access to a ghost train in the Silverglade Castle. I do remember this, and I actually completely forgot about this ghost train, but when I was looking at the videos I saw it and I was so excited. I remember I was actually able to, you know, go on the ghost train. Again, this is one established like small thing that was really interesting, and I have no idea why they removed it. It was really fun and entertaining. Such a fun little event, and again, I have no idea why SSO removes all of these, you know, fun small activities that kind of make up the Halloween, because now we just have a few races. And I don't know, it's just very monotone. But here it was, oh, you could, you know, search all over Jorvik for the ghosts, and you had this ghost train, and you had, you know, a lot of other things later on, which I don't want to talk about just yet, even though it is the next thing. But I'm just gonna let you watch the rest of this video because I do think it's really interesting. So yeah. During Halloween 2016, Galloper Thompson was released. The player could encounter him somewhere in Jorvik every full hour between 18 and 2 and get a reward. Galloper Thompson could be found at various locations during the night. Once the character got sufficiently close to him, a cinematic would play out, and after that, they would be teleported to the home table with a gift placed on the ground close by. I forgot what it's called, but you got some kind of item when you found him, and I just have to go and check it out because I forgot what it's called. I don't actually remember if you got this in 2016 or later years, but I mean, at least I'm gonna have it for later. And actually in 2016 when I started my first YouTube channel, so I guess I'm gonna play some videos from when I was trying to, you know, catch Galloper Thompson. And from the video, I don't know, it just seems so fun, because when it was figured out where he's gonna be at what time, there were so many people waiting for him. For example, it was said that he was gonna be in a general area of Hollow Woods, so there were a lot of people just waiting by the ruins. And then I think you would hear his scream, and then you would just try to find him. It was so fun, and you know, you'd be able to meet so many cool people and just talk. And again, I don't know why they removed it. So yeah, this is what I was thinking about Galloper Thompson's amulet. According to the ghost stories, the amulet is cursed. Maybe you should get rid of it. I have 14. Again, I'm not sure if this is from 2016, but I think it is. I don't remember it being, you know, maybe it was added later, but I'm really not sure. I'm gonna correct myself if I find out that I was wrong, but again, it was so much fun. Maybe I remember it so fondly because it was basically my first real Halloween since I've become a Star Rider, because I think I wasn't a Star Rider for like a year and I was still playing, and then I bought 6 months of Star Rider, and then I got a lifetime. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about this in this video, but I am sure I'm gonna talk about my like SSO story one day. Anyway, during Halloween 2017, the magic powder mechanic was added. The player could give magic powder to their Jorvik Warmblood to give it a new Halloween-themed appearance for 15 minutes. New quests with Eve's twin sister Faye were also added. Apple bopping was not available this year, and Galloper Thompson wasn't present this year. About the magic powders, oh my gosh, I think I talked about this in one of my ingredient videos, but I basically still have all of my magic powders. I've never ever used any, and maybe I'm gonna use it in some later video. But there were some really iconic powders, and I'm just gonna put some videos up. I was always so amazed watching people use theirs because I was so scared. I didn't want to use them. But I do think that that's like a small cool thing to add, though only 15 minutes, that really isn't that much. So yeah, that was kind of it for this video, but I still enjoyed, you know, just checking what we used to have, but I feel like I'm kind of frustrated now. But anyway, let me know what you thought about, you know, the previous year's Halloween and what your thoughts are on this year's Halloween. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye!